Thank you all for being here this morning. If you don't mind, come on and you can fill in right up here close to the band and get as close as you can. I don't want you to have to stand in the grass. If you don't want to, you can if you like, but go ahead and get as close as you want. We are going to go ahead and get the ceremony started. We're on a tight schedule this morning. I know a lot of people have to get back to work, and we certainly appreciate your time. We're going to start this morning with our national anthem led by Mr. Leif Cook and the Dobbins Bennett Pep Band. Thank you very much. That was awesome, guys. Appreciate that. 13 months ago, we were standing in the same spot, a little further back, and we were standing on the edge of a sand volleyball court. In that time, in that 13 months, you can look behind me and see what a lot of people have been able to accomplish. It's a phenomenal accomplishment that they were able to build 2 brand new buildings and renovate the existing 195 rooms within a 13-month time period. So I have a lot of people I want to thank for doing that because it's important to do that. It really was, we had a deadline of the race weekend, and as you can tell, I think we've got people checking in tomorrow, so we just made that deadline. First and foremost, I want to thank Mary Hall and Eastman Chemical for their commitment, not only financially, but also they have been behind this facility since day one. And there's a lot of success attributed to this facility, as we all know. It could not have been possible without their faith in us, their ability to stand behind us financially, and their ability to continue to give us a product that is by far the best in certainly eastern Tennessee, and I think within 500 miles of Kingsport, Tennessee. So Mary Hall, thank you so very much. Mary, can I share the number? She's thinking about it. Well, let's just say that the commitment was over $15 million from Eastman to put these rooms online and also get the rooms renovated. So you think about it, in these challenging times, that decision was not an easy one to do, but it's their faith in our ability to bring more business into town and to give them a return on investment that we were able to do that. I want to thank CGLS architects Michael Williamson and Bud Griffin. Are you guys in the crowd over here? There's these 2 gentlemen right over here. 14 years ago, when they started on the original building, it was their design and their plan to make it so that it could be expanded one day. 13 years later, I think they have done an incredible job of making these new towers look like they were built originally with the building. It's just unbelievable. If you take a look behind me, the ability to match the colors and match the brick and match the windows. It is not easy taking a power plant that's well beyond the back over here on the other side and taking all that equipment and putting it into 2 brand new towers. So thank you guys so much for your vision, and thank you for your cooperation in trying to make this work, and you have done a tremendous job. Thank you. I also want to thank AquWest Realty Advisors, Mr. David Ong, Ms. Joan Cleland, Mike Carroll, and certainly John Lowry, who's been our site manager. AquWest Realty has kind of helped us put this together. They have been the liaison between Marriott, Eastman, Wellbro Construction Company, the City of Kingsport, and really this, when I say vision, it was their vision 13, 14 years ago that we expand at some point as well. And they have been there behind us ever since, and I certainly appreciate all that they have done. Thank you guys so very much. John Lowry, I think he's become an official part of my team here at Meadoview. I want to thank Wellbro Construction. They have been the folks that have been building this. They're also, we're working on the swimming pool and fitness center at this time, but Wellbro Construction, they came in day one and said, we can make it happen. We can get that project done in 13 months. And lo and behold, from I think that day forward, it started raining, and it rained all summer long. And despite the setbacks with the rain, despite normal construction setbacks, they have been able to do it. They did a phenomenal job. It looks spectacular. They have been extremely patient. A lot of times there's an adversarial arrangement between owners and contractors and management companies and construction companies, but they have fit right in and become part of our team, and I certainly appreciate the Wellbro guys. You've done a phenomenal job. Thank you. I want to thank the mayor, Dennis Phillips, John Campbell, the City of Kingsport, and a lot of situations, construction contracts, you'll see the city will put up barriers. They have never put up a barrier. They have always had a wonderful spirit of cooperation. They understand the importance of getting this project done on time. They understand the importance of us being able to make this a place where we have more rooms available for larger groups, which is really going to help the city on the city side as well. So every step of the way, every time we've needed help, every time we've asked for assistance, the mayor and John Campbell and his folks at the city have done a great job helping us out. So thank you, City of Kingsport. If I could ask Chris Gaiori and Mark Eversole from the Meadoview team, if you guys could just kind of wave your hands. Are they out here? Okay, great. Mark is painting, maybe. Where's Mark? Oh, there he is. I'm sorry. Mark Eversole, Chris Gaiori, these guys have been the blood, sweat, and tears behind trying to put this together. They have, they treat this facility like it's one of their children. You cannot do something to their child without suffering the consequences. They want it done perfectly, and it's been a real treat to watch because it has taught me a lot, and their energy level has never subsided. I think we all know, we've seen Mark in action. Most construction projects, when you do a renovation, your guest satisfaction scores drop between 20 and 30 points. We've not only done a renovation, but we've added 2 buildings, and our guest satisfaction scores haven't even dropped below the brand average. So think about that. That's a tremendous acknowledgement of their hard work to make this project happen and also keep it as invisible as possible to the guests. So thank you, Mark and Chris. The rest of the Meadoview team, I have the best team in the business, no doubt about it. We won the top guest satisfaction 2 years in a row. Top operations 3 out of 4 years, and it's because of the people in this building, and they have that same level of commitment that Mark and Chris do. So I'm very, very proud of what they've done. Our housekeepers have been in these rooms. You know, when the construction company turns it over, they turn it over in pretty good shape, but not what we call pristine shape. So we've been up there in those rooms, putting them back together, and as guests are checking in this weekend, we'll be able to make sure that they have the top quality product that they would expect at any Marriott hotel. So thank you very much. I'm very proud of you and the entire Meadoview team. I appreciate your efforts. At this point, I'd like to ask Mary Hall. Mary is the Vice President and Treasurer for Eastman Chemical Company. I'd like her to come up and say a few words, if you won't mind, Mary.
Thank you, Andy, and good morning, everyone. Eastman is so proud to be a part of Meadoview. This beautiful property has won so many awards and has been a catalyst for economic development in the community and in the region. The 2 new wings that we celebrate today are a result of the hard work, commitment, and vision of many people and many organizations. Andy named a few, and I'd like to thank just a few today as well. First of all, I'd like to thank Marriott and our wonderful Meadoview staff, because they know that it's all about the people. And it is the people at this property who are responsible for the many awards that this property has won. So thank you so much to Mark and Andy, the staff, and all the staff here at the Meadoview. Second, I'd like to thank the Chamber for its leadership, ideas, and continuous support over many years. Thank you to the Chamber. And third, finally, last not least, I'd like to thank our partner, the city, who has been a partner with Eastman in the Meadoview property since the very beginning, which is over a decade now. So thank you, Mayor, for the commitment and vision of the city as well. Again, Eastman is so pleased to be part of this new expansion. As you heard, Mary, the Meadoview property has come a long way, but there is still a long way to go. And we are looking forward to growing with the community. We're looking forward to the growth and economic development that we hope this new addition will bring. And with the addition of these new wings, we hope and expect Andy and his team to fill these rooms, and that Meadoview can soar to even greater success in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Mary. This time I'd like to ask Julie Bennett, who is this year's chair for the Kingsport Chamber of Commerce. Julie has lots of time, as you can imagine. She is the corporate attorney for Bristol Motor Speedway, and took the time out of her busy schedule this week to come here, and we appreciate that, Julie.
Well, it's my pleasure to be here, and on behalf of the Board of Directors and the members of the Kingsport Chamber of Commerce, I want to add my congratulations to the Meadoview Marriott Conference Resort and Convention Center, to the City of Kingsport, and to Eastman Chemical Company on this incredible accomplishment. This strong partnership is a perfect example of what wonderful things can happen when the private and public sectors work together. And, you know, it seems like only yesterday that we broke ground on this expansion, but I guess it seems that way to me, not having been here maybe every single day. But I really think it's just such a beautiful facility, and we're so lucky to have it here. You know, nearly 13 years ago, you've heard this before, that Kingsport officials, many of whom are here in the audience today, I saw earlier, gathered here for the opening of this magnificent facility. And today we come together to celebrate the growth and the expansion, and it promises to even be a greater future. Those city leaders knew in the early 90s what a renaissance impact this area, this Meadoview facility would have on our Kingsport community, and it truly has. Look around. Look at the private investment that has happened across the street and down the street. It is amazing the catalyst this has been in this entire area, but also in the entire Kingsport community. The economic impact of Meadoview cannot be overstated. It is truly, truly an important part of what we accomplish in this city. The annual economic impact is approximately $23 million already, and that number is only going to increase as they sell all of these rooms. That economic impact increase is going to start in a day or two, right? Filling up these rooms for the Sharpie 500 race weekend. We are thankful at the Speedway. I'll digress for a moment and say that we're thankful to have this facility that we can send our guests to, because this is part of what makes their experience truly wonderful. Not just the facility, but the people here. You know, we are so blessed as a community, just truly blessed as a community to have the Marriott Conference Resort and Convention Center here, and but not just this facility, but the talented and dedicated men and women who serve this facility every single day. This staff represents the best of not only the Marriott system, but the best of Kingsport, and this is the face that our visitors see every time they come to town, and what a great face for them to have. even in the midst of this major construction project. You heard Andy refer to it earlier. Guest satisfaction remained at the absolute best of Marriott facilities. So that's truly incredible to think about. They are tremendous partners to the entire business community, and I want to thank you for that. That is an important thing to everybody in this community. And Meadoview certainly continues to soar to new heights, and your Kingsport Chamber congratulates you on yet another wonderful accomplishment and proudly stands with you to enjoy this great flag. Thank you.
Thank you, Julie. I'd like to ask Mayor Phillips if you'd like to come up, and occasionally we can get a word or two out of him. See if we can. Y'all want to stick around? We're going to grab shovels and do the groundbreaking for the Executive Conference Center after this. This afternoon. Thank you.
It's about 1:30 to do that. I worked for a guy one time named Bill Green, and his favorite saying was, "Success breeds success." We had a successful Marriott here, in spite of what some people said when we first started building it. Today we're celebrating the successful opening of 110 new rooms. And if all goes according to plan, about a year from now, we'll be celebrating the success of additional space in the convention part of the motel, and that is where the city joins partnerships with Eastman and Marriott to make this happen. This is truly a partnership that's a win-win for this city. Every day I get up and I say, where would Kingsport be without Marriott, when I think of things that's happening in other cities and other places. To give you an example of what it means economically, just one small example. Before Meadoview, Marriott was built here. This property was assessed by the tax assessor at $2.5 million around this area. Today, it's $87.5 million. If you don't add a nickel for sales tax or any other tax, if you just take the property tax, that's an additional $650,000 per year coming into the city coffers. That is a true success story, but when you add the other buildings, the sales tax generated, this has been a real success story, and it's because of people that are employed here, which is one of the finest places that I have ever witnessed. I've only spent one night here in my life, but I've spent a lot of nights in motel rooms, but I am here on at least a weekly basis, and I can tell you the service here is second to none. And if you want to see two fine people, go over and see Gerald or Jeanette in the kitchen, and you can come out looking just like me. But Andy, I too want to add my thanks to Eastman, my thanks to the Board of Mayor and Aldermen of this city that's willing to put their name on the line and expand the conference center, the Chamber of Commerce for all their help, but mostly you and your employees make it the success it is, and this community owes you and your employees a great debt of gratitude. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. We're going to do something a little bit different at this time. Our theme throughout this construction process to try to keep us on track and keep us moving in the right direction was soaring to new heights with two new wings. As we move forward and we think about the future here and our growth in this beautiful area that we are residing in, we want to try to cooperate a little bit more and expand the relationship that we have with the folks at Bays Mountain Park. You can see right behind you, that's kind of a landmark in our community. It's definitely a landmark for us. And I spoke with Rob Cole a little while ago, and we are going to really kind of do a little bit different thing. Our new mascot for Meadoview, I'd like to introduce Wigginzy, the red-tailed hawk. And this is him right here. I asked Rob if he could do a flyby. He said he'll fly and you can wave goodbye. So we're gonna keep him tethered here. Waginzi, I was asking just a couple minutes ago, what does that name mean? It's a Native American phrase, and it means always meant to be here. And I think that is so appropriate for what we're trying to do, because I think Meadoview was always meant to be here. And as we go forward, we want to really try to make sure that we fit in. Last year we got our Audubon certification from the National Audubon Society. Pete and his team down there worked very hard to do that. We have a bird sanctuary right across the street in the golf range there, close to the golf range. We've got this beautiful park that's just minutes up the road from us. And we really want to make sure that our customers understand that and appreciate it as well. So the folks from Bays Mountain have agreed to come down here and do talks in our courtyard for our customers, and really kind of talk about the wildlife in this area and what it means to our area, and we want to maintain that and show our appreciation for it. Our friends from Eastman have been wonderful. They have agreed to help us out, start us out. They are offering a generous donation of $1,000 to help support Waginzi for this coming year. And I'd like to ask Tom Bowman. Tom, would you mind stepping up here for just a second? And Tom, everybody knows Tom, I hope. Tom has worked up there at Bays Mountain for years. He's semi-retired. I've heard that expression for about a year now. Tom, thank you very much for being here.
Thank you.
And if you don't mind, just kind of give us a little bit of an explanation of what we're trying to do.
We appreciate the help we're getting with this project. The Bays Mountain Aviary, Raptor Aviary, allows us to bring in birds that might otherwise have to be destroyed, and to use them for teaching purposes. Another very important aspect of that program is that it is totally volunteer driven. The volunteers do it all. They even built the thing. They're in the process of building a new pod up there, and this will help us a great deal to elaborate on that project. Waginzi is, I guess, we've had for as long as any of the other birds up there. And if you saw me when I came by, Waginzi and all the rest of them don't like me. I'm the one that has to capture them and hold them when we're paring the nails and paring the bills and doctoring them, that sort of thing, so they just don't care for Tom Bowman. But we do appreciate this very generous donation to that project, and want to further say that Marriott, Meadoview, is a great boon to Bays Mountain. Our visitation has increased significantly over the years. This past year, close to 200,000 folks visited Bays Mountain, and much of that is due to Marriott's being here. So we thank you very much.
Thank you, Tom. And I think Waginzi will be a great symbol of our progress moving forward. Thank you so much for bringing him by today. Now we'd like to kind of do the official ribbon cutting ceremony. If I could ask the mayor and board of mayor and aldermen, any of the city officials that are here today, Mr. Ong, if you wouldn't mind stepping over, Bud or Michael, if you guys want to come on over. We're just going to do the official. Do we have the ribbon? Is it over there? I have the ribbon. And I have the scissors. And now maybe, Mark, if you don't mind, just kind of stand up there. Outstanding, guys. Thank you so much. We have some of our sales team over here. We have some little tokens of our appreciation. If you want to stop by, we have a little giveaway gift for you. An Eastman Triton Cube with a picture of Wigginzi and a picture of the new tower in there, if you'd like to take one with you. And we also are offering tours of the new facility. If you want to just meet up over on this side, we'll take you right through and look at some of the finished rooms on the first floor. Thank you all for being here. Appreciate it.